What the world needs most is hope. Hope College is named after an ideal, a virtue, a way of life. In a world where nothing seems to be working, we have a beacon of hope. All people need hope. We are a community of belonging, where our students are actively leading with grateful hearts, seeking truth, and creating a culture where all voices are amplified. We're serving with anchored conviction. We're bringing hope as a way of being, hope that changes the way we see the world, shapes our calling, and inspires our dreams. It empowers our talents, frees us to try, transforms what we believe, how we act, who we are. All people need hope. Hope is needed in every corner of creation and every corner of the human heart. Together, we're bringing hope to areas of hopelessness in our communities and across the world. We can't do this without you. Our calling is to be all things to all people, because all people need hope. Where will you bring hope? Give to what you love and bring hope to the world.
Good evening and welcome to the DeVos Fieldhouse. Coming to you live from DeVette Van Wieren Court on the ice-filled and covered, but soon melting campus of Hope College. My name is Scott Vanderstoop, and I am privileged to be joined by our chaplain of athletics, Mr. Matt Margarone, and we have just been privied to our video promoting the Day of Giving. It's a big day, Days of Giving, Matt Margarone, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I have a feeling, Scott, that today is we're going to have some people sticking at home because of the ice and the cold and wanting to tune in from their own TV on this Day of Giving and watch this incredible matchup. But the Day of Giving is a really wonderful day at Hope College, which just kind of celebrates all that goes on here.
While you've got one screen open to watch us, we encourage you to open another screen at hope.edu/give, Day of Giving. And of course, we'd love to have you give to what you love. And many of you who are watching probably love athletics. It's started at midnight tonight and will run till noon on Friday, tomorrow. My inside sources tell me Margarone might even extend it over the weekend. Make it kind of almost week of giving.
It's the days or weekend of giving.
Yes.
As a former athlete, I tell you, this was a transformational place here, Hope College, for me. Changed my life, and I think the athletics department has a huge part to do with that. So obviously give and support Hope in whatever way you believe, but Hope Athletics could use your support as well, as it just is an amazing place for student athletes, and there's so many great programs going on here.
And we have great programs in campus ministries and, the many wonderful majors we have in the social sciences division.
All of it.
So we are getting excited for a 22 hours later than we were planning on, a feed-in matchup between the Hope College Flying Dutchmen and the Bulldogs of Adrian College. We had to wait because of the storm, but we are now here as the Dutchmen come into the game 16-9, overall 10-4 in the MIAA. The Bulldogs 7-18 under Coach Tim Kaiser, 4-10 in the MIAA, slipping in to that 6th spot, and they have lived to fight another day. and they are led by Diavion Price on the offensive end, averaging 18 points a game. Nick Seifert at 11.1. After that, there's more of a drop-off, so they are triggered on offense, certainly, by Diavion Price. On the rebounding side, it's Seifert and then Kendall Bellamy. Also, they both average 5.4 rebounds per game. We were talking before the game, Margarone. I think Hope's playing their best basketball on the men's side right now.
Yeah, 9 of the last 11 games winning. Just a drop by 1 point to Albion, and a tough loss in a defensive battle here against Trine. But yeah, 9 of the last 11, including 2 wins against this Adrian team here. And so both games were pretty close. A 14-point win by Hope, 74-60, and the second one, 72-63 at Adrian. Both happening kind of in the last month here, and this is a 3 and a 6 seed. So, but in the MIAA, you never know what could happen as they're 2 tough teams battling.
In that game in Davos, right here on January 18th, the Dutch were led by Evan Thomas with 19 points, followed by Marcus Werman with 12. In the other game, as I pull it up here, we've got on that game, let's see, when did they play that one? They played that one on October 4th, and they were led by, who was it? It was Mr. Diavion Price. You see, he's in the starting lineup. He'll be there with Nick Seifert, who will handle lots of the rebounding. Michael Rettenauer also starting. Kendall Bellamy, we mentioned earlier, a rebounder for them. And then Chase Fields will be joining the starting lineup. Fields joins that group. Starters for the Bulldogs. For the Dutchman, Dijkhuis and Thomas. Thomas has had his ups and downs through injuries, but he's still the leading scorer. The big man, Tanner Wiggerink in the middle, and the bigger man, Gabe Quillen, the Twin Towers. And then tonight, that 5th starter that rotates through tonight, that will go to Eli Schoonveld. And we are excited for an exciting evening of basketball. We'll talk after the break about what it's going to mean to have to play 3 games in a row, because somebody on the court tonight might indeed have to do that. But before we do that, we are going to turn it over to the public address announcer and the voice of Hope College, Mr. Darren Dijstermars.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, to honor America with the singing of our national anthem, please welcome Hope College freshman, Miss Mary Krause.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Mary Krause. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the DeVos Fieldhouse here on the campus of Hope College for today's MIAA first round contest of the 2023 men's basketball tournament. Tonight's featured teams are the Bulldogs of Adrian College and the Hope College Flying Dutchmen. Here are tonight's starting lineups. First for the Bulldogs at 1 forward, a 6'4" sophomore from Tiffin, Ohio, number 10, Nick Seifert. And at one forward for the Flying Dutchman, a 6'3" junior from Zeeland, number 2, Eli Schoonveld. At one forward for the Bulldogs, a 6'6" senior from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 13, Kendall Bellamy. And at one forward for the Flying Dutchman, a 6'7" junior from Holland, number 5, Tanner Wiggerink. Starting at center for the Bulldogs, a 6'7" freshman from San Angelo, Texas, number 21, Chase Fields. And at center for the Flying Dutchman, a 6'9" sophomore from Ada, number 33, Gabe Quillen. Starting at one guard for the Bulldogs, a 6'2" sophomore from Port Huron, number 2, Diavion Price. And at one guard for the Flying Dutchman, a 5'11" senior from Zeeland, number 0, Clayton Dykehouse. And at the final guard spot for the Bulldogs, a 6'3" junior from Genoa, Ohio, number 3, Michael Reitnauer. And at the final guard spot for the Flying Dutchman, a 6'4" senior from Okemos, number 24, Evan Thomas. Adrian College is coached by Tim Kaiser. Hope College is coached by Greg Mitchell. Your officials this evening, Chad Palmer, Mike Masner, and Andrew Otten.
Thank you very much, Mr. Darren Deistermars. We are all set for an early tip-off. I think we might have a bit of a late arriving crowd here, Matt. People love their whole basketball, but there are commitments, and so it'll be interesting to see whether we can get the crowd to give us the home court advantage that DeVos Field is so famous for.
Yeah, I think the weather has an impact with the last 2 days being snow days here in the local area. A lot of kids are home. Community, it's getting safer on the roads, though. I've been out and about, so if you can make it over here safely, you're going to want to, because this is going to be an unbelievable matchup tonight.
Hope College in their normally traveling blue uniforms, and Adrian in their normal white. Eli Schoonveld will jump it up against Chase Fields, a freshman Margarone from St. Angelo, Texas, St. Angelo Christian.
Yeah, actually, Adrian has 4 starters, which are not from Michigan: Ohio, Texas, and Indiana.
Schoonveld wins the tip. Hope with the first possession. They set it left side to Dykehouse. He's being checked by Seifert, one of their better defenders. And Clayton Dykehouse gets it going in the first 20 seconds with a 3.
Great start for Hope College. You're going to want to see that all day. If Hope can hit their threes, that's going to be really good.
High post is Fields. He gives the handoff to Price. Price leaves it left side. Checked by Wiggerink is Bellamy. He has to kick it out for a reset. 7 on the shot clock. Good defense by Thomas up in his face. The shot is no good by Seifert, and back the other way for the Dutchman. Good first minute for Hope.
Great start to the game for Hope College. They're going to want to continue to not let Adrian have second chances.
Dykehouse dribbles into traffic, has it knocked away, and we will have a held ball that will go to the Bulldogs on the alternating possession arrow. And Hope will go back on defense for it second time. They're going to go 94 feet here. Look at this Margarone with Schoonveld all up in the business of the throw-in player, Diavion Price.
Throughout the season, when Hope has put on some pressure, it's caused trouble for the opposing teams to get into their offense. Let's see if they can do that again today.
You wonder the extent to which the Schoonveld start was triggered by a desire to get somebody who can check Price, who's clearly by an order of magnitude their offensive power.
Yeah, at 18 points a game all season, he's been one of their best players, and Schoonveld on Hope, although he plays shorter stints, is one of our best defenders.
Wiggerink is open for 23 feet away, and he hits it.
Oh, my.
2 for 2 for the Dutch.
It's a great start.
The Dutchmen are up by a touchdown. And Schoonveld steals it back the other way from Price. Down the middle comes Thomas. To the left side, Quillen hopping in with the left hand. And Hope College calls the timeout. An unconventional early one by Coach Mitch. It's 30 seconds. We will keep it here since it's a short one. Matt Margarone, I'm liking what I'm seeing here. I got no arguments.
What is this? The women's team, who started 9 for 9 from threes on Saturday. Hope is carrying on a little bit of that mojo from the men's team. Traditionally, that hasn't been the strength of Hope's team this year, but starting 2 for 2, you can't ask for anything better at home in this MIAA quarterfinal.
Adrian just barely off the bus as they had to make the league's longest trip.
Right.
I think, you know, it doesn't matter. You look at all the pairwise distances, the Holland to Adrian trip is by far the longest, and they had to delay it by a day. Also tipping off will be, this was the 3-6 game, also tipping off at about this time is the 4-5 game, Olivet, the 4 seed against the who are they playing? Oh, they're playing the Brits, of course.
Yeah, Albion.
That'd be a great game.
It's a great game.
The winner of this one will take on first place Calvin University.
Yes, Scott, you can't forget that these are also student athletes, and changing everything by a day, having to make that long trip, that's still a big deal as a student athlete to have to adjust to that.
They go to class. They all do. And that's why they're here. Good for them. But, yep, you have to make a lot of sacrifices, even in Division III. Quillen working inside against Kendall Bellamy, and Bellamy is no match as Quillen just backs him down, and it's 10-0.
A strong start for the Hope College Flying Dutchman.
This is Diavian Price, gets it down low to Fields, back to Price. Price this time is checked by Marcus Worman, puts it up, no good. Sekunveld with a quick substitution. And Worman in for him. Dykhouse probing the defense on the left. Rotating to the right now. They go to Worman. Worman probes the defense even deeper. Gets down low post. Kicks it back to Dykhouse. Low post to Quillen. Trying to take advantage of Fields with a little bit of a height advantage and a little bit thicker in the frame. The shot is no good by Hope. Go back the other way. Comes number 13, and that is Kendall Bellamy, and that ball's knocked out of bounds. Adrian will keep possession.
Bellamy took it strong to the hoop. Clayton Dykhouse knocked it. It almost looked like it hit off Bellamy's hand, but it's going to stay right here with Adrian, and they're shooting over to start the game, Scott. They're going to want to create some easy chances to get back in this game.
On the road against a team that's playing well, they do need to stop this right now. This is Seifert, gets the inbound. He's checked by Thomas. You know, we always think he gets caught for a hand check. I was just about to congratulate. You know, everyone talks about Evan on offense. Let's not forget what a great defensive player is. Then he commits a foul.
He is a great defensive player, though. He's got those long arms, and his feet are always moving quickly. You can see on the defensive side, Adrian is trying to really shut him down. So Evan can make a difference on the defensive side. That's going to be huge.
He's old school on the defensive stance, too, isn't he? That's awesome.
Oh, it's great.
This is Price between the circles. Worman up on him. Up from 15 feet away is no good. Rebounded high in the air goes Evan Thomas. Back the other way comes Dykhouse.
Feels like that's the third shot off the back of the rim for Adrian early in this game.
Good defense by the Dutch. Wiggering thought about somewhere between a three-point attempt and a pass, ends up as a turnover in the hands of Michael Reitnauer, who leaves it for Price. This is an open shot from Kendall Bellamy. And the Bulldogs are off the egg, and it is 10-3. Kendall Bellamy with the first points for Adrian.
Always good when your big man can hit down a three-point shot.
Here's Worman. He's working on Reitnauer. They reverse the ball to Wiggering. Worman is open along the left baseline. They're going to give him that shot, but he's going to pass it up. Something in the scouting report from Coach Kaiser says, let's let him shoot it, but they're going to let Evan Thomas shoot it, and it's no good. Rebounded by Price. Back the other way come the Dogs.
That's a couple good defensive possessions in a row for Adrian. If they can get some stops and put in a couple shots, they're right back in this game.
High ball screen by Chase Fields, but the ball is knocked away. Hope the other way, and knocked away by the Bulldogs. So we'll reset with a full shot clock. This is Reitnauer. Probes the defense, gets underneath the basket, dribbles all the way through, and leaves it for Seifert. Seifert trying to get something on Thomas, no go. Another high ball screen by Fields, and good defense by Dykhouse is going to create a turnover, and we are going to be introducing you all to the under-16 media timeout. We got media timeouts, Margaret. Are we big time or what?
We are big time.
We will be back chanting, give us 60 seconds of your best material. This is Hope Basketball.
My name is Meg Morehouse. I'm a senior this year, and I'm studying physical education and health. I am on the women's basketball team. national championship when I was a junior. It was unbelievable. The education department at Hope allowed me to realize my passion about teaching. Anytime I get to go into a classroom and work with students, I just get really excited. My goal when I graduate would be to be a middle school physical education and health teacher. Hope does an amazing job of preparing their students for what is to come in the future.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to help share Hope stories of transformational impact.
It's no secret. The best way to learn about Hope College is to spend time on our campus. The Hope admissions team invites you to a personalized visit experience you won't forget. Located in downtown Holland, Michigan, our historic campus is close to shopping and dining and just 10 minutes from Lake Michigan. We invite you to check out our campus tour options or sign up for an online tour with the Hope admissions office. There's never been a better time to see Hope College. Visit us at hope.edu/admissions.
Won't be the only time we say this, but we want to give our props to a great group here. We'll do it in a second because I always like to test to see if they have their earpieces in. Our crack staff to see if they're listening. TJ McKenzie into the game for the first time for the Dutch. He leaves it for Thomas. Backdoor effort is intercepted by the Bulldogs. Justice Mims into the game for Hope, and a nice transition basket by Adrian. We're at 10-5.
Yeah, Jonathan Duvall just subbed into the game, got out in transition, and if Adrian can get out in transition, they haven't been able to break down Hope's half-court defense too much so far. So that's good for them.
Mims dribbling with his left hand, but he can't get it to go. Nice drive by the freshman from Rochester Adams, but it doesn't go. And Adrian with a three-point effort looking to cut the lead. That's no good. That one was jacked by Reitnauer. Back the other way come the Dutch. Thomas working on the aforementioned Duvall. 17-footer, and he puts it down. 12-5. Boy, what Duvall is a force out there at 5'5". He just gets up. He is out heighted on every matchup, and he is clearly in there to play some defense against taller opponents. And all the way down comes Marcus Werman coast to coast and pulls up with an 8-footer. 14-5.
Yeah, Hope pulls away a little bit up to a 9-point lead, but yeah, Duvall is a strong player and quick.
Here's a shot by Seifert, and he drains it, and it's 14-7. Back the other way come the Dutch. Nice flow to the game early, Margarone.
Yeah, it's good to see Hope kind of in rhythm offensively, because there's been some times throughout the season where they've struggled, so it's great to see.
You weren't thinking about like the Albion game or anything, were you?
Couple halves this season.
Three-point attempt is no good. Seifert with the air ball rebound. He's going to take it all the way, dribble through a crowd, and manage to hang on to it. He kicks it to Reitnauer from three, no good, and that's out of bounds. And that's going to stay in the direction of the Bulldogs, says Mr. Andrew Otten.
Yeah.
Mr. Evan Thomas had a different thought on that.
That's right.
We're a long ways away.
Seems like, Scott, I don't know about you, that Coach Kaiser for Adrian has said, hey, let's push the ball a little bit in transition to get this game at a different tempo to create some offense.
I think you're right. We want to say hi to everybody in Bulldog Nation. We probably have as many Adrian fans watching. We hope we represent and, most importantly, pronounce your team well. So we're glad you joined us.
Oh, wow.
Nice up and under by, who do we say? Jonathan Duvall in the land of the Giants, and it's 14-9. What a shot.
Giving him some great minutes early on. That first man off the bench.
Here's Mims in the corner to Dykehouse. He is checked by Rechsteiner. And good defense by Rechsteiner. Hope a little out of system here. Orman's going to come off a high ball screen. Nope. Wiggs going to full away. Off balance shot by Warman is no good, and back the other way come the Bulldogs. Rechsteiner's going to dribble it all the way down. He's cut off by McKenzie. Right now, last couple minutes, advantage Bulldogs, don't you think? But a steal by Dykehouse. I'll let you respond to that after this breakaway layup.
Wow. Adrian was just closing the gap, and Clayton again on the defensive end. When Hope gets those good stops, that creates good, easy offense.
Here's the athletic Kendall Bellamy, who leaves it on a drive, and it's going to be a defensive blocking foul, I think, as going hard to the bucket was Nick Seifert. And I think it was a secondary defender in the restricted area. And if you're not on your feet in college basketball, that is an automatic block. No judgment on the officials. We got the under 12 media timeout. We'll be back to process what we've seen so far. But first, Mr. Channing Pearson is going to give us a word from Hope College. This is Hope Basketball.
My name is Evan Thomas. I'm a rising senior at Hope College. I'm a biology major and a chemistry minor on the pre-med track, and I play basketball here. Hope's really defined my goals and defined the path I want to set for myself. Coach Mitchell has been a big catalyst in my growth here at Hope, as well as many professors, specifically my lab professor, Dr. Calvo. I hope to use what I've learned here at Hope to continue my research in medical school. Through medicine, I hope I can erase healthcare disparities.
I'm Ryan Vanderswart. As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to help share Hope College's stories of transformational impact.
Like about Division III basketball, Matt Margarone, one of them, no media timeouts until now. You were just saying, I mean, it's going to be longer for me to get to my workout, but it's also going to give teams that need the rest more rest. Doesn't give those teams with deep benches as big of an advantage, maybe.
Yeah, and if you don't know about the media timeouts, which is slightly different rhythm for a game, it's under 4 minutes, so 16-12 goes throughout the first and second half. So gives a little different rhythm and flow to the game.
I've often thought high school basketball, I thought this especially when my daughter was more of a reserve player, let's turn it to a 16 or 18-minute half. And then let more kids play, because if you don't have that quarter break, then you need to. Don't you think that's like one of the best ideas you've ever heard? Do a half instead of a quarter, so that you have more subs.
I love the idea, especially at the high school.
You don't even know. You weren't even listening.
I was.
You were looking down at your stat sheet. You didn't even listen to what I said.
I love the idea. It gives more girls and guys the opportunity to play at the high school level.
No, they need to put me on the MHSA executive committee. We want to say hi. We're going to test to see if they got their earpieces in. Valeria, the queen of the cameras on the top. Valeria, I'm not sure if she's listening or not. We've got court camera. We got Zach, and we got Stryker. They're not listening. They're focused on their work. That's good. Back the other way comes Adrian, and blocked by Wiggerink was Jock Recksteiner. And of course, we have our student executive producer extraordinary, Mr. Channing Pearson, also my workout buddy many evenings at the Dow Center. The supervisor, the legendary Steve Secor, the Ed McMahon to my Johnny Carson. And then we got an extra special treat. We got the boss in the house tonight. We got El Jefe, Freddie Velasquez, who the man, he is the, if Valeria is the queen of camera, Freddie is the king of everything around here. He makes this place run. We got another timeout. We'll be back. No, we better keep it here, Margarone. It's only 30 seconds.
Only 30 seconds.
Adrian had to call timeout. They couldn't get the ball in.
Yeah, you know, Tanner Wiggerink, after getting called for that blocking foul, which he might have thought was a charge, said, I'm going to get that out of here, and blocked him.
I'll give you a block. Here's my blocking foul right here, and he swatted it.
Swatted it, and then Hope again on the defensive end, which has been their strong suit so far this half, is great. But even in the midst of that, it's still a 16-10 game where it's felt like Hope's had the advantage. Adrian's hung around, and it's still 16-10 with 11-14 left to go in the half.
Triggering the inbound for the Bulldogs will be Recksteiner, looking for somebody this time. Good defense again. They get it into Duvall. He's going to jack it, and he's going to hit it. How about Jonathan Duvall off the bench with 5 points early? 5 of their 13. Good defensive position by Kendall Chrisman, who's also in the game, as a drive by Hope is swatted away, and back the other way come the Bulldogs. Shot no good by Seifert. Air ball back the other way. TJ dribbling hard, finds Dykehouse left side, and he'll dribble through. Leave it for E.T., working right side on Chrisman. 3-point shot, and Wiggerink is unnecessarily fouled by Josh Recksteiner on the 3, and he will go to the line for Trace.
Yeah. it's kind of a good thing for Wigerink. They've got to respect him out there, and so he made the first one of the day, and so they got to step out and they got to foul on him.
You don't have to step out that far.
Yeah, that's right.
He wasn't going to. I mean, the chances of him making a shot are reasonable, but, you know, fouling him isn't going to help him at that time. Ball did not go in, so 3 of them. First one good by Twig. Second one good also. Saw both of Tanner's grandparents here tonight. He's got that whole third row there behind the bench. That's a great family. And wonderful opportunity to get local kid who stayed home so his family can see him play on a regular basis. You didn't get that. Your parents probably couldn't make it to a lot of games, right? You had to travel?
Yeah, driving up from Naperville, Illinois, a couple hours. It's not too bad around the lake. Get a little vacation time when they got to come up.
Did they go to Adrian? That's a long trip.
Not many Adrian games.
Turnover by the Bulldogs. Kendall Chrisman can't hold on to the forced pass. Eli Schoonbell's going to come back in. TJ will sit. Eli had a good couple of sequences on defense, and then he's going to take a rest, but he's back in, so it's Wigerink. We got our starters back in, don't we? Yes, we do.
Sure looks like it. A good early start by Clayton Dykehouse and Wigerink in this game. We still want to get Evan Thomas going. Looks like Adrian's keying in on him, but hope is always better when Evan Thomas is getting going.
Great ball movement. Leaves the ball open for Dykehouse, and he hits his second 3 of the night. He's got 8.
It's a pure stroke, Scott. That was beautiful.
And it was ball movement, Margarone. I mean, they got the defense moving around, and Clayton doesn't need that much time. Here's our man Duvall. Nice pass. Good defense by Hope as Fields had it swatted away. This is Chrisman, who answers with a 3 of his own. And Adrian staying close.
Yeah, 21-16, just about 10 minutes to go. They're hanging around.
Diavian Price is sticking Eli Schoonbell. He gave him a little bit of a bear hug. Nice pass from Quillen to Thomas on the back door. Great court vision by the big man.
Yeah, Hope early on has got some great ball movement. The ball isn't sticking too long. It's moving around, and that's great for them.
Nice 3-pointer by Kendall Bellamy. Boy, the Bulldogs have had an answer, and it's still only a 4-point game.
Hey, you got to give credit to Duvall coming in and giving some great energy in this game. The game has kind of switched since he's been in there.
He's got 6, and there's our man Duvall. He's my Bulldog of the game so far, as he's had a great impact early on off the bench. And he sends it outside between the circles to Diavian Price, back to Duvall, who's checked by Dykehouse. Dykehouse all up in his business, but he's able to get rid of it to Bellamy. Bellamy fakes a shot. Duvall, nice back door. It's up and in by Chase Fields. A little backdoor action by the Bulldogs, and it's a 2-point game.
I'm telling you, Scott, Duvall has some court vision and some energy that's really changing this game.
Chase Fields grabbed Quillen. Nobody saw it. It's a reset here. Quillen kind of 8 feet away from the basket now. He's going to have to dribble out. That was good defense by Fields. And he's even guarding him out 30 feet from the basket. Good defense on this sequence by Adrian, but not good enough for Clayton Dykehouse as he scoops up and under from the right side.
You see a nice little smirk on his face as he comes back. That was a beautiful crossover up and under.
Yeah, they played defense for 25 seconds, but Clayton had an answer. Here's Bellamy, up and under it. Wigerink, and he puts it in. Chase. Oh, excuse me, that was Kendall Bellamy, not Chase Fields. He's got 8 on the night, number 13.
Yeah, great start for him. He's hitting 3s, so we got to respect that, and then he takes it off the dribble to the cup with the left hand.
Schoonbell goes left to Wigerink. They're going to go low to Quillen, who's going to have to bring it back out, and we're going to maybe have a backcourt violation, but Dykehouse does a great job of saving it. Now the drive by Thomas is no good, but a putback by Quillen. Boy, they really stretched out the defense. It had me off my game there. It happened so fast. But that was a great putback by Quillen. They really stretched it the whole half court there.
Yeah, Gabe Quillen with a quiet 6 points at this point. They look like they're doubling him when they throw it down in the post. Have scouted that now at this point in the season. But if he can get points off the offensive rebound, that's good.
Nice move by Kendall Bellamy, but it doesn't go. So back the other way, and we've got a foul on Jonathan Duvall as he checked Clayton Dykehouse, and that's going to bring us to another media timeout. 6:45 to go. Hope leads Adrian by 4. We will be back. This is Hope Basketball.
In a Hope Forward model, every student who comes through the doors of Hope College would have their tuition 100% covered.
My name is Megan Bigelow, and during my time there, I was on the Hope women's soccer team. I decided to choose Hope because of the opportunity to be involved in multiple things. I didn't want to go somewhere where I was just a number in the field. I was able to double major, experience both a business academic load as well as economics. I loved the opportunity to really get to know my professors. Hope exceeded my expectations.
I'm Nate Bauman. As an invested community partner, we're proud to help share Hope's stories of transformational impact.
We hope you enjoy those athlete highlights. Evan Thomas, Meg Morehouse. That was Megan Bigelow. Do you remember Megan Bigelow, or were you not here at the time? You probably joined us after that, right?
I know Megan Bigelow well. Megan Bigelow actually works for Sawyer Products and is a part of the seed program here at Hope, which is pretty well. And I've actually got to call a few soccer games, women's soccer games with Megan Bigelow. It's an honor.
Oh, she's on The Voice. Good for her.
She is another voice, and a phenomenal one at that.
Yeah, that's great. I don't do soccer, Margot, and I don't know enough about it. Like, if you ask me to do it with you, my answer is going to be no, because I won't have anything to say of any consequence. Here's Dykehouse, who hits another three. Clayton Dykehouse is on fire. He's got 10.
I think he's 3 for 4 from the three-point line at this point. That's a great start.
Chase Fields, he leaves it left side to Chrisman. That shot's no good. Hope with a 7-point lead back the other way, feeling a little more comfort than perhaps they had. Checking into the game is Ben Weger for the Dutch. A little tricky bounce pass in the interior on the secondary break doesn't work for the Dutch. That's a turnover back the other way. I've checked my stat sheet here, and I think we're looking at 6 turnovers for Hope. No, 6 for Adrian, 5 for Hope. That might have been the 6th. I don't know if they reset. Into the game is Diavian Price again. He leaves it for Bellamy. Dykehouse comes up from behind, almost steals it. I like Bellamy's game. He's a good player.
A great player. You got to give respect to Adrian at this point. Starting slow under a 10-0 game, have just hung around for the rest of the half.
Bellamy, another freshman. No, he's a 5th year. The F was a forward, not a freshman. Good. I didn't want him to be a freshman. We couldn't put up with him. He's a 5th year student. He's a COVID player. Shot no good by Dykehouse. Back the other way come the Bulldogs. Yeah, we don't want him to be a freshman if you're a Hope fan.
That's right.
This is Seifert. He's going to put up a 13-footer and get it up over Quillen. Nice little mid-range jumper. The lost art of the mid-range jumper.
Yeah, 30-25 game here with 5 minutes left. Clayton Dykehouse has started really aggressive, but Adrian's been hanging around, moving the ball, and Duvall is out at this point, which might look good for Hope.
That's right. He was an energy giver.
That's right.
Working low is Quillen. He bounce passes an interior pass to Weger, back to to Thomas. He misses back of the iron 3-pointer. Back the other way come the Dogs. Price dribbles, but he loses it, but it's picked up by Fields. Seifert drives right to left, no good. Probably forced it. Back the other way, rebound by Quillen. They go left side, Worman. That's no good. Neither team shooting particularly well here ever since that last timeout. 4:25 to go. Price. Nice screen by Fields, but another turnover. Kind of sloppy the last couple minutes, Margarone.
Yeah, it's gotten a little bit sloppy. Still a good offensive game. A nice take by Evan Thomas to the rim.
Evan Thomas, like, you call my game sloppy? Watch this, Professor.
Yeah.
Nice drive by E.T., who brings the Hope lead back to 7.
Yeah, after a slow stop by Thomas, he's made a couple quick layups and has got 6 for the game right now.
Shot missed by Adrian, rebound by Quillen. Slowed down just a little bit for the Dutch that time. This time, Quillen. I'm just going to check here quickly. He's got five rebounds already. 4 on the D side, 1 on the O side. 1-on-1 by Thomas, 18-footer front of the iron. Wagger tries to get in there, can't do it, as he is going to be caught for a rebounding foul. And I believe that is going to be another venerated or benighted, depending on your point of view, media timeout. So we're going to turn it back to Channing and Mr. Secor, and we'll be back in just a minute with more Hope basketball.
The River Place in downtown Holland redefines active senior living. A no-step floor plan is designed around your needs, so you can leave the worries of home ownership behind and enjoy a vibrant lifestyle right outside your door. Make the River Place your home. Visit resthaven.org/riverplace to reserve yours today.
Scott Vanderstoop and Matt Margarone. Hope College with a 7-point lead. Mr. Margarone, is this game unfolding the way you thought it might have?
Yeah, you know, both games earlier in the season were pretty close, and we're seeing that come out again today. Hope's shooting 50%, which is a pretty good clip for them so far. And Adrian just shooting 40%. I think the difference is just the slow start by Adrian.
That's right. They got down 10-0. But De'Avion Price, their leading scorer, who had 19 in one of the games and averages 18, just cut the lead to 5. Into the game now is Justice Mims, who leaves it for Thomas, who is hawked vigorously by Price. So vigorous it will result in a personal foul on Mr. Price, and that will be a baseline throw in for the Dutch. That is just the 13th foul. It's been a great great flow to the game. 6 fouls total.
That's a great job by the referees letting these guys play. Good rhythm to the game at this point. Not too many stoppages outside of the media timeouts.
Mike Maisner, Chad Palmer, Andrew Otten. Great crew. They've been doing it so long, Margarone, that when I used to referee the MIAA, I used to do games with them.
Oh, you did?
They've aged better than I have.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
You working out in that gym. You look like you can still move pretty well.
I think one of the things was I came back. It was actually a snow game, kind of like before. I came back from U of M Dearborn, and the weather was terrible. I was tired. I thought, I'm just not sure I should be driving all by myself late at night. But a lot of these guys do it, and we wish them all the safest, because sometimes you're all by yourself at 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night on a snowy night, and you got 3-4 hour drive. And so we appreciate what they do. They do it by choice, but it still comes at a sacrifice to we just want to make sure they're safe. Hope they get home safely.
And they do it for the love of the game, you know, and
the money. They do. I mean, it's not a huge amount of money.
Oh my!
Tanner Wiggerink with another 3.
Tanner Wiggerink and Clayton Dykehouse starting hot in the first half. You gotta love that, Scott.
8 minutes. 8-point lead. Under 3 to go. Duvall back in the game. He had a positive impact for the Bulldogs the last time. Reitnauer leaves it for Bellamy. Another player I like here. Nice defense by Wingering, but not good enough as the grad student from Lighthouse High School in Indianapolis cuts the lead to 6.
Yeah, it looked like Bellamy's been watching some old Kareem Abdul-Jabbar highlights for that shot. Little sky hook.
Tough shot. Wingering played good defense. Turnover by Hope. Robert Nocek into the game in the last sequence. Now TJ McKenzie's going to come in. Mims is going to come out, and we're going to get a quick sub here also. Andrew Leeper will be making his first appearance. Coach Mitch has gotten put together a deeper bench than I think he had at the beginning of the year, and now that, especially now that all of his guys are back.
Yeah, you know, one of the things throughout the season is Hope's been dealing with injuries, but it's gotten guys minutes, which actually helps in these late tournament games now that you got everybody back.
What a play by Diavian Price, going high off the window, and the lead is down to 4. Offensive greatness by Diavian Price. Andrew Leeper is going to decide to take a shot in his first possession. Goes just a little long, and it's going to go back the other way. Here's a shot by Reitnauer. He hits a 3, and we have Matt Margarone a 1-point game. Who'd have thought?
Don't look now, Scott, but Adrian Bulldogs are hanging around, and it comes from defensive energy and just making shots.
TJ McKenzie checked by Duval. High post, and they're looking for an interior pass from Wiggerink and Thomas. And Hope is pleading for a hold on the back cut by Thomas. They're not going to get it. We got 1:01 to go. And don't look now, to quote Matt Margaron, but the Bulldogs could take a lead here with this possession.
Yeah, under a minute left, and it is a close game.
Price loses it, but he's able to get it to Seifert, who kicks it. Here's Duvall, checked by Dykehouse. He gets past Dykehouse. Nice pass to Bellamy. However, he can't hold on to it. It's stolen by Dykehouse the other way. Puts it up, and he scores. Clayton Dykehouse went right at Michael Reitnauer.
Dykehouse says to Adrian, hey, I'm going to continue my hot shooting in the first half. 15 points.
3-point shot, no good by Seifert. Back the other way, TJ McKenzie with a rebound. And we will take the last possession, as basically the shot and game clock are simultaneous.
Scott, you got to love the way Clayton Dykehouse has played this first half.
He's had a great half. He's going to put it up again. He is feeling it. Clayton Dykehouse with 17. And the game was going to be a possible Adrian lead. We're going to go instead with Hope up 5 with a nice little run here in the last minute. I think I need a break.
Oh, man, need a breath. As Adrian closed the gap, Clayton Dykehouse said, I'm going to take over and give us a little buffer going into the half.
It was a great half of basketball by both teams. We appreciate you joining us, and we're going to take a little break. Don't forget about Day of Giving. Give to what you love. If you are so inclined to support Hope College, we're going to turn it over to our staff in the deep recesses of DeVos Hall, who will give us 13 good minutes of high-quality prepared video presentations, some of them from our good folks at Lawrence and Vanderswart. We thank them for their support, and we will be back.
There are over 5,000 colleges and universities in the United States alone, and nearly every single one of them is named after a location or a historical figure. But along the shores of Lake Michigan, there is a school whose namesake is not a founder, not a historical figure, not a state, city, or physical landmark. It is named after an ideal, a virtue, a way of life. Its name is hope. It is so easy to get lost in what this world lacks, to become discouraged by its needs, gaps, and flaws. Can we see beyond the uncertainty and brokenness? At Hope College, we do. Not by ignoring the world as it is, but by learning and living with the belief that this is not the world as it should be, by driving to understand, to unlock clarity, to amplify truth. by leading with inspired compassion, by embodying a vision that illuminates greater opportunity for all, by serving with anchored conviction, using our collective gifts to offer this world what it needs most: hope. Not simply hope as a desire, but hope as a way of being. Because hope has changed the way we see the world, and hope drives us to change the way the world is. Because hope shapes our calling. Because hope inspires our dreams. Because hope empowers our talents. Because hope frees us to try. Because hope transforms what we believe, transforms how we act, transforms who we are. At Hope College, we know this life-altering grace is a gift we have all been given, and it is the greatest gift we can offer the world. Hope transforms.
An important moment in American history. There's some big questions on the table, such as how do we indeed become a land of opportunity for all rather than a land of privilege for a few? And the answer to that question is being decided, not just in the political arena and not just through cultural conversations. The answer to that question is being decided, perhaps most importantly of all, through the admissions and financial aid processes on college campuses across the country. Because higher education has the potential to indeed make us a land of opportunity for all. Higher education can be the great equalizer. We spend a lot of time talking about income inequality, but at the end of the day, income is the outcome. What we ought to be talking about is education inequality. Higher education can be the great equalizer. Research shows this. There's an economist at Harvard named Raj Chetty, and his research shows that a student who comes from a low-income background and a student who comes from a high-income background, if they attend the same college or university, they have nearly identical opportunities for success after they graduate. But the problem, of course, is that those students don't attend the same colleges and universities. And another economist, Carolyn Hoxby at Stanford, shows that one of the main reasons that students who would be eligible to attend great universities and often would be eligible for financial aid, one of the main reasons they don't attend is the price, the sticker price. The sticker price scares people off. And what we're seeing now, because there's new data out, new data shows that many high schoolers are eliminating colleges from consideration because of the price, because of the posted price. In fact, data out this year shows that 73% of high schoolers eliminated college from consideration because of the posted price. And that number, 73%, is up from 68% last year and up from 56% 2 years ago. Access to higher education is a problem. But what we see at Hope College is that there's another problem, which is access to a life of impact after students graduate. Because the students who do find their way into higher education too oftentimes, are burdened by debt. And that debt skews the kind of things that students are doing after they graduate. Too often students, because they have so much debt, are chasing income rather than pursuing a life of impact. And they're chasing income because they have to pay off their debt. Hope Forward is a vision that we have at Hope College that will eliminate these problems of access. Hope Forward gives all students at Hope College access to a great education that's fully funded up front. And then it gives them access to a life of impact after they graduate because they're not burdened by debt. It asks students to pay for their education through gifts after they graduate rather than a large tuition bill up front. And for us at Hope College, this will move the mission of Hope forward to new heights. But we also think this might be a new national model for higher education. We think this vision might be a model that could work at other places to help indeed make this country a land of opportunity for all.
What the world needs most is hope. Hope College is named after an ideal, a virtue, a way of life. In a world where nothing seems to be working, we have a beacon of hope. All people need hope. We are a community of belonging, where our students are actively leading with grateful hearts, seeking truth, and creating a culture where all voices are amplified. We're serving with anchored conviction. We're bringing hope as a way of being, hope that changes the way we see the world, shapes our calling, and inspires our dreams. It empowers our talents, frees us to try, transforms what we believe, how we act, who we are. All people need hope. Hope is needed in every corner of creation and every corner of the human heart. Together, we're bringing hope to areas of hopelessness in our communities and across the world. We can't do this without you. Our calling is to be all things to all people, because all people need hope. Where will you bring hope? Give to what you love and bring hope to the world.
Hello, I'm Trigby Johnson, and I serve as the Dean of the Chapel at Hope College. I'd like to thank you for your continued relationship with Hope. Thank you for being our people. People are what make this campus special, a people rooted in our shared faith in Jesus Christ. And in that spirit, I'd like to personally invite you to come join us for chapel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10:30 a.m. Come and join the next generation of Hope College students as we sing the old songs of the faith and some new ones. Come and enter in and experience the energy and vitality of what it is to be a Christian here at Hope College, as God shapes us to be a people of hope now and for future generations.
I chose Hope because of the ability to play softball, but also the small class sizes was appealing. Also, when I came to my visit, the community is just open with arms, ready to invite you in. The coaches here were great.
Hope's always been this incredible place that I've always been on the outside of. And then having the privilege to come in and then interact with the people inside of it, I learned very quickly that Hope wasn't defined by how incredible it was at the front door. It was really the people inside of it that made the environment that Hope was.
I would recommend Hope for a recruit because of the overwhelming support Hope has. Like I said, whether that's coming from your teammates who are my lifelong friends now, or if that's coaches who are sending you that text during the day, or if it's from professors, everybody's willing to go out of the way just to help you, and I don't think you get that at a larger school.
Coming into a support system of people who were really genuinely in it to see me succeed. Their mission was not about whether I came in and became a winning coach, or whether I came in to, reinvent what Hope softball was. I mean, the giant mission was to bring me in and figure out how to support me and create a leader in me that created a leader that transformed the young women that I get to coach. They get that same support whether they walk into the athletic department or their academics. I mean, just having them interact with their professors and the support that they get to be student athletes, because I think it's lost in a higher education system of understanding that they have a lot on their plates. And they do their due diligence at the beginning of a season to make sure the professor knows what their world's about to look like, and they show up in the beginning and those professors show up in the end for them to help them feel supported. So when they're balancing athletics and academics, they know they can succeed on both sides because they have the support from both sides.
My professor, Dr. Turlington, who I currently have for inorganic chemistry for lecture and lab, has been a really great presence in helping me and encouraging me and learning chemistry, but also actually investing in who I am. I'll come to class and he'll be like, "Oh, how was practice?" or "Did you do that interview today?" And he'll just generally cares about who we are. He's very open about his life too, and so I feel like there's that open door where we can just talk about things outside of class, which is really helpful.
I was blessed with the opportunity to come in with 3 incredible seniors that had a strong foundation. They already knew what they wanted the program to be, and then it was my mission just to come in and bring what I wanted to bring to the program to the table, and then bring what they wanted to bring to the program, and then figure out how to put it all together. And I'm pretty excited about what we're creating. Hope does an incredible job of transforming the student athlete and upholding the incredible model of Division III, which is discover, develop, and dedicate. I think in athletics, in this day and age, it's so lost that their athletic commodity is what people are chasing, and they don't understand that behind that athletic commodity is a human who's trying to create their life. They're trying to find themselves. They're in an incredible phase in their life that they just need someone to find them as a human first, and then build on the fact that they're all incredible athletes.
I chose Hope because of the ability to continue my athletic career, but also the academic rigor of the courses here. It had a good standing, and people know Hope College when you say it, so that was also appealing. And now, as I sit here 4 years later, I can finally see everything fold out into this is where I was meant to be, because I've met some of the most incredible people and mentors in my life.
Hope does it to the degree that they really genuinely put the human at the front door. I mean, it's at the base of what athletics is looking for. They're looking to transform the human. And that's from the very top of the athletic department. Yes, winning matters, because winning, it creates a successful human, but what matters most is they want to see lives change. They want to see people come into this athletic department and leave, impacting the world that they go into.
We are glad you are back. We will get to the game in just a minute, but first, Matt Margarone, you got a Clayton. You put a research team on the Clayton Dykehouse watch. What do you got for us? What do your sources tell us?
Yeah, crack team of researchers over here at Hope College, statisticians. Clayton Dykehouse, our senior, needs just 6 points to reach 1,000. For his career here at Hope. He would be the 44th member of the Flying Dutchman to accomplish this feat, and his senior teammates, Evan Thomas, both legends here at Hope at this point, needs just 5 points to reach 1,300 for his Hope career, would be the 19th member of Flying Dutchman to accomplish this feat. Both players had significant minutes as freshmen, and you can see their impact on this program, taking us from a 6-7 seed in the MIAA to winning it last year and being a 3 seed this year.
Well, while you were while you had your research team on that, I had my research team on your halftime snack. So this is something maybe our viewers don't know. The question is, can you put a price on broadcasting Hope Sports? And the answer is yes. And it's $5.50. We get a little food coupon every time. That's our payment. And Margarone has gone with, I'm sorry, my sources tell me, Reese's Pieces and orange Gatorade.
Listen, Scott. I tried to buy the large box of Reese's Pieces, and it was $6, $3 for the large box and $3 for the Gatorade. And so my $5.50 was over the limit. So I had to go.
They charged you?
I had to go to the smaller Reese's box. So it's a small bag of Reese's Pieces.
Well, here's another thing that many people don't know is that I've been on the bench. Like, I haven't been called to do a game in like a month. I must have made somebody mad, and I screwed something up. So I've been sitting with the Kings in the deep recesses of DeVos, like Channing and Secor and Freddie. They have like a full spread down there. They got avocado.
What?
They got spinach and artichoke. They got everything down there. They got their own personal chef.
Mini fridges in there.
Absolutely. All kinds of soda pops, you name it.
I haven't been invited into the back room yet.
Well, I'd rather be out here with you, but it turns out they are they are, I don't know if they... Three-pointer by Gabe Quillen gets us started. Okay, full disclosure. There was not a word of truth in what I just said about the catered room. That I all made that up. But the $5.50 food coupon, that is veridical. That is absolutely true, and we are happy to do it. 8-point lead by Hope, but they answer with a 3. Does Adrian College, Michael Reitnauer. And we're back to a 5-point lead. Matt Margarone, they came all the way across the state They were heavy underdogs, and they are battling mightily are the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the Bulldogs, while they have 4-10 record in the league this year, have played some very, very tough teams and won their last 3 coming into this game. So
Evan Thomas with a drop step. I might even call that an Earl the Pearl move, and a high off the window, 44-37.
Scott, this game has had a great flow to it so far. Hope shooting 53%, Adrian shooting 48%, and Adrian shooting 67% from 3 at this point, Scott.
Well, I'm biased toward the Dutchman, but even I have to believe. I think Kendall Bellamy was fouled on that last play. No call. We'll go back the other way, does Hope. And nice little alley-oop to Gabe Quillen from Evan Thomas. And Hope extends its lead to 9.
Yeah, Gabe Quillen is having a great game and a great season for the sophomore kind of standout this year.
Good defense by Eli Schoonveld forces a Diavian Price turnover as he tried to kick it right, and there was nobody there. Hope gets the ball back, and it's been a game of mini runs. It's up to 9, but Hope is Adrian's had it as close as 1 with the ball near the end of that half.
Yeah, game started out on a 10-0 run by Hope, and Adrian's kind of come in close, and then Hope pulls away. They get in close, Hope pulls away again. Now pulled away to their largest lead of the game at 48-37.
And it was the exact same play. Evan Thomas on an interior pass when the defender was fronting him, and Gabe Quillen picked it up. Back-to-back buckets, Thomas to Quillen. This time, Chase Fields beats the defense, but Quillen hustles back, but not until he got a little bit of flesh of Chase Fields, which will send the freshman from San Angelo, Texas, to the line. A 6'7" from San Angelo Christian High School. It's got a great game, big upside.
Yeah, great freshman player, starting right off right as he comes into Adrian and playing great minutes tonight, giving him great points.
I bet his family's watching in Texas, don't you think?
I think so, and he's having a great game so far.
We hope that the Fields family is enjoying. Fields family and friends from Texas are enjoying this. He hits his first, he's got his second. Back of the iron. 10-point lead. Substitution into the game, Marcus Werman in for Schoonveld. Down low, Quillen doing what he does best, but good defense by the Bulldogs. Give credit to Chase Fields, who went up and was able to distract Quillen.
Yeah, early on in the second half, Hope is really trying to feed Quillen down low.
Great defense by Evan Thomas as he was sticking Nick Seifert to force the air ball, and now the foul is going to go against Quillen. Kind of a loose ball foul on the rebound, and he grabbed a little bit of arm, so that's going to trigger a baseline throw in for the Bulldogs, trailing by 10.
Yeah, if Adrian's not careful here, Hope's going to build a little bit of a lead and pull away. So Adrian's going to want to stay close enough that they can strike near the end of this game.
They've got some offensive weapons to do it, and here's one of them in Fields working on Quillen. He kicks it right. Dribbling is Bellamy. Nice move on Wiggerink, and I think that's got to be a shot clock violation because I don't think it hit the rim, Margarone. That's what Mike Maisner and Chad Palmer are going to talk about.
Yeah, from my vantage point, I don't know if we can see a replay. It's a beautiful offensive rebound. From my vantage point, it looked like it might have actually just hit the rim on that backside. Great move by Bellamy. The refs are talking about it to see if you can figure it out.
Well, if you're the shot clock operator, you want to be super conservative and not trigger it unless you have to, and just leave it to the officials. I actually think you're right, Matt. My first thought was it wasn't, and it was just a stick back that wouldn't count, but I do think that should be a fresh replay.
Yeah.
And I think Zach is usually our replay man, but we need him on camera tonight. So, and it wouldn't be eligible for an official review anyway, because we don't have those kinds of pieces of equipment. But that ball is going to count. Greg Mitchell's going to talk to Chad Palmer about it. Two Lansing guys get together, but I think Palmer's right. And we're going to take a break. Hope leads by 8. We will be right back. This is Hope Basketball. Well, I'm mocking you on your choice. Two things on your food choice.
Yep.
First of all, you actually got in line in time. I had to actually send my wonderful bride of 34 years to go get it because the line was too long. And secondly, it's not like Diet Pepsi and popcorn are really that much better for you.
Yes, I'm getting grief over the Reese's Pieces as Scott during every timeout takes some popcorn. But you got to love back at this game when the refs get together and make the right call. And they did that. And Adrian pulls within 8, 48-40 here in the second half. And what do you think, Scott?
I think, well, first of all, they got that call right. That was good because I think it did skim the rim. But I will tell you that the longer that Adrian hangs around, the more nervous I get. And I think we're going to get a defensive hold in the paint. And it's probably going to go against Kendall Bellamy for giving a little mini bear hug to Gabe Quillen. So that will be out of bounds. I do think, we haven't talked about this, Matt, but whoever wins this game has all of 22 hours to recover before they have to go and place Albion or Olivet. And if you're Hope, you've lost to one of those teams and just very little time to recover. Gabe Quillen with a right-hand baby hook puts Hope up by 10.
Yeah, Gabe Quillen with an incredible start to the second half. Hope is obviously in the locker room said, we're going to try and feed the big man down low. But I think you're right, Scott. A lot of people expecting this game to be played on Wednesday, but whoever wins this game going to have to go 3 games in a row to win the MIAA tournament.
And I suspect Adrian will be grabbing a Holiday Inn in Grand Rapids somewhere because I don't think they want to drive all the way back, get back at midnight, and then come back tomorrow morning. So they'll probably spend the night if they were to win. Hope would like to have something to do with that. And Marcus Werman is going to be called for a foul as Diavian Price goes to the cup from the left side, and that is going to put Mr. Price at the line. And credit to the Dutch. They have kept him quiet at 4 points, and we are going to get to our first media timeout of the second half. We will be back to talk about that and other things in 60 seconds. This is Hope Basketball.
Yeah, my name is Travis Williams. I'm the CEO of the ODC Network. I graduated from Hope in 1998. I studied biology, and then I also played football. In order to be successful, people really need more than just the academic experience, but they need people to come alongside them and help them, coach them, mentor them. I find that Hope College has just been one of the best examples of being able to do that anywhere.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to help share Hope stories of transformational impact.
Hope College with a 10-point lead. Adrian will go to the line after the foul on Marcus Werman. They'll be shooting a pair. You got a battle going on at, I got to think here. That game's being played at Olivet, isn't it? They're the 4 seed, and Albion's the 5 seed. That's going to go to the end there. 41-40, is that what you got?
Yeah, 41-40, Albion up at this point. And if you didn't know, the number 1 seed hosts both the semifinal and the final game. And so all 4 teams will head to Grand Rapids, depending on the winner of these 2 quarterfinal games.
And they will play the 2 seed, which means they play the earlier game, which is going to be 5:30, so it's even 2 hours fewer rest. And then Calvin will play the winner of the Albion Olivet, if my memory of the bracket is correct.
Yeah, you want to keep your eye on that as the minutes get big for some of the players for Hope and Adrian throughout this weekend.
Hope College after the 2 shots, after the 2 made free throws, and Gabe Quillen gets a putback. It almost goes, but he is fouled by Kendall Bellamy, and that's going to be his first personal, and that will send Quillen to the line for a pair, and Adrian is battling mightily. They are still within striking distance with plenty of time to go.
You gotta love Gabe Quillen throughout the entire season. watching his transformation as a freshman player, working on his body, working out on his footwork all year. And you can see as he has 15 points already in this quarterfinal match, his growth.
Smooth as the other side of the pillow on that shot, and he's got 17, matched only by his teammate Clayton Dykehouse, each with 34 of the 52 points combined between the two of them. Seifert has the ball taken away on the turnover, and there's Jonathan Duvall, who almost caused the turnover back the other way, but Dykehouse is able to track it down, and Dykehouse will reset left of the basket. Now he dribbles over to the other side.
Scott, you remember when basketball shoes were simple? Duvall has some flashy lime green shoes there.
Lime green. Nice give and go to Evan Thomas, and that's a 12-point lead by Hope, their biggest of the night. Yeah, lime green. I don't see anybody with orange shoes for Hope. They have in the past, but not tonight. I think Coach Mitch will sometimes wear them. I think the football staff has the orange shoes most years. Nice little give and go on an interior pass, and that's Nick Seifert who picks it up. Seifert with 9 points on the night.
Seifert's a great player, using both the right and the left hand to finish. Played a great game tonight.
Strong physically, strong fundamentally. Quillen, low post left side, working on Bellamy. Nice little back cut again to Evan Thomas. Evan Thomas slyly gets in behind his defender and puts it up from behind the backboard. It's 12-point lead again. Thomas with 12.
When your big man can throw a little wraparound bounce pass like that, you know you're clicking offensively.
Adrian takes a quick shot by Bellamy, maybe an ill-advised one. Dykehouse trying to give him a dagger, back of the iron, no good. And that ball is going to come off long to Adrian. And it will be Reitnauer who gives it to Duvall. Way left side. Nice shot by Damian Price, who may have kept quiet for most of the night. But that is going to give him, I believe, 6 on the night and cut the lead to 9.
Scott, that was a beautiful bounce pass by Duvall. Cross court on an angle, in rhythm to a baseline three. Beautiful.
And we have another post foul called on Adrian, as Bellamy is doing his best to handle the larger Quillen, and he's going to pick up another foul. That will be his second. Both of them coming in this half for post foul before the shot on Gabe Quillen. Checking in for Hope is Ben Weger previously, and just recently at this most recent one, I think TJ McKenzie and Eli Schoonveld check in. Werman will take over point guard responsibilities with Dykehouse getting a rest. Low post to Quillen. That ball is intercepted. He tried to get Schoonveld on an interior pass. It didn't work. Price working right side, but he's caught with a travel, as it was great defense by Schoonveld that prompted the turnover.
Yeah, sure, Scott. That's absolutely what Schoonveld brings you when he comes into the game. He's a tough-nosed defender who just moves his feet well and doesn't give an inch.
Werman works it up against Duvall. He dribbles right, goes corner to McKenzie. Thomas to Quillen. Nice pass, nice defense on the pass by Quillen, and it's picked up by Duvall back the other way. Adrian hanging in there. Shot up from 15 feet, seconds, and we're gonna keep it right here. Matt Margarone. I'm feeling better, but Adrian, scary team. They can make some runs, put a couple of shots up. They've proven that they can go the distance with the Dutch tonight.
Yeah, I tell you what, Scott. I mean, this is a team that brought the MIAA champion Calvin team to a 59-64 game, and they brought KZU College to a 2-OT game this year. So this is a team, if you let them hang around, can really do some damage. Hope has had this like 7 to 10 point kind of advantage here, but I'll tell you what, Scott. I don't know about you. Duvall gives so much energy when he comes out into the court. Scrappy, creates offense, and so I just love watching him play.
Well, I've never coached a minute of basketball in my life. I've refereed thousands of games, but I mean, from an amateur's perspective, I like how this team plays. They play within themselves. They're well coached. They're disciplined. They don't make mistakes. 1,000 games, Channing. That's right. You heard me. I've officiated 1,000 games. Now I'm going to have to go home tonight and actually count to find out if I have officiated 1,000 games. Thank you, Channing.
Yeah.
For calling me out on my exaggerations. But I bet I have. That's a great defense by Hope College, going to create a held ball. Adrian will maintain possession on the alternating possessions. Shot clock stays at 18. McKenzie checking Seifert. Here's a three-pointer up, no good by Reitnauer, and Schoonveld gets the rebound. And out ahead in transition is McKenzie, and they will slow it down to Worman.
Coach Kaiser drew up a pretty good play for an open three on that out of that timeout, and they just missed the open look.
That foul is going to go on Price for disrupting the rhythm, speed, balance, and quickness of Evan Thomas. So that will be an out-of-bounds throw-in on the sideline right in front of the whole bench. And that just the officials checking.
Yeah,
this is the other thing about media timeout, Margot. And you don't do it the whole year, and so everyone has 100 questions about it. So
that's right. Oh, wow. Looks like they actually called an offensive foul on Evan Thomas. That was a delayed call, maybe a makeup for the one on Worman a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, it's a hard one because you have to sort of judge the impact. And, I mean, Duvall was right there in good legal guarding position. Did he get really hit as hard as it looked like he got hit? I don't know. And so they had to think about it. I guess I don't have a problem with the call. It was good defense by Duvall. Otherwise, you put Adrian at a disadvantage because they got one guy down on the ground.
That's right.
Now, if he's faking, that's a whole other deal, and that's a different kind of foul. And there's a basket by Adrian, and they cut it back down to 9.
Chase Fields with a great little lefty layup. I like his game as a freshman, Scott. And they're, again, within 9, hanging around.
5 points for Fields. And I think we're going to have another offensive foul, and that one's going to go against Worman. Back-to-back possessions, back-to-back player control, and the Bulldogs refuse to die as they are down by 9. Schoonveld will come out. And let's see. I think it was it Wiggerink maybe who came in?
Yeah, Wiggerink into the game. Brought some great minutes in the first half and hit a couple beautiful threes, and also got to the line on a foul 3 in the first half.
Trying for a backdoor pass. It's unsuccessful, intercepted by Thomas. He's going to drive on Seifert, and we're going to have another foul as Hope is doing a good job of creating the contact, catching Adrian out of legal guarding position, and so that's going to be the 5th team foul. 10 fouls. We had 6 or 7 total in the whole half. Now we've got 10 in the first 9 minutes.
Just when you thought the game was going quicker, we've got 10 fouls in the first 9 minutes. Looks like we're going to get into the bonus in this half.
It is axiomatic for me. This is the Vanderstoop axiom. And a very three-pointer by Gabe Quillen gives Hope a 12-point lead. A few fouls in the second half. In the first half will create many fouls in the second half, and vice versa. And once again, the Vanderstoop axiom has been supported. We got 10 team fouls total in the first 10 minutes.
For Hope College and the Flying Dutchman, Clayton Dykehouse really carried him in the first half with 17 points, and Gabe Quillen in the second half, 22 points so far. When your big man gets to the free throw line, he says, I got rhythm, and he shoots from the 3 and hits it.
4 players in double figures. TJ McKenzie with a long 3. That ricochets off. Back the other way come the Bulldogs. This is Reitnauer. Duvall gets Wiggerink up in the air, but then Wiggerink is able to deflect the pass. Hope on the turnover, 3-on-2. Thomas to McKenzie, and he puts it in.
Hope up by 14, 63-49. Adrian's got to be careful here.
Hope in transition. Back the other way. De'Avian Price picks up another basket. He's got 9 on the night. He's their leading scorer. And keeping Adrian close, this time within 12. Dykehouse back in the game. He's checked by Duvall. McKenzie goes right side. He's covered by Price. Thomas, top of the circle, covered closely by Reitnauer. He drives up, and he is fouled, and that is going to send Evan Thomas to the line. Credit the Hope staff for making the adjustment. They're actually creating contact. They're driving and getting themselves to the line in a way they didn't in the first half.
That's right. Hope has a little bit of a size advantage, and so they're trying to get in down low and really either get to the free throw line or get those easy buckets.
Thomas with the first. Hope extends its biggest lead now to 13. A couple of subs coming in for Adrian. Kendall Bellamy will come back in. Sitting out will be Fields and Reitnauer. Who else checked in? Let's see. I think it was Kendall Chrisman, sophomore from Niles. Both of them are good by Thomas. Justice Mims checks in. Hope with a 14-point lead.
Gotta love the offensive output right now, Scott, from three of Hope's starters. Hope has at times throughout the seasons struggled to score offensively, but when you have Thomas with 12, Quillen with 22, and Dykhouse with 17, you know you've got a good chance to win.
Yeah, a lot of offensive firepower tonight. You gotta like that because they're gonna need it this weekend if they advance. Yavian Price with another bucket. He's got 13 on the night. 65-53. Dykhouse into the left corner for McKenzie. Gets it into Quillen. Right side. Dykhouse with a high arching three. Won't go. Rebound back the other way come the Bulldogs. Secondary break on the right side is Diavian Price. Gets it to Bellamy. Bellamy working on Quillen. Nice play by Kendall Bellamy. High off the window and over Gabe Quillen. And we're down to 10.
Yeah, the graduate student, fifth-year player from Adrian is having a heck of a game tonight. Sweet little kiss off the glass.
Dykhouse slows it down. Handoff gets it back from Wiggerink, does Dykhouse. Interior pass from Wiggerink to Quillen. He's triple teamed. Back out to Dykhouse, who finds a seam and puts it up and in over Kendall Chrisman. Clayton Dykhouse with 19.
Yeah, Hope's still in that 8 to 12 point range. Can't fully pull away from Adrian, but they got a comfortable cushion with 8 minutes left here.
Left corner, Nick Seifert puts it up. No good, nothing there. And an easy putback by Chrisman, but he can't get it to go. And back the other way. Boy, they'll want that one. They'll want that one back.
You know, Scott, we got a good game going on over at Olivet College between Olivet and Albion. Olivet with a 59-53 lead. They'll be the winner of that game will play Calvin, if I'm correct.
That is correct. Quillen and Wiggerink change roles, and this time Quillen goes high to low to Wiggerink. Can't get it to go. Ball out of bounds. Adrian will have it back. And we will be back to process this and talk about what might come next for the Dutchman. But right now, we will take a break. Mr. Channing Pearson will give us some good stuff, and we'll be back with more Hope basketball.
In a Hope Forward model, every student who comes through the doors of Hope College would have their tuition 100% covered.
My name is Meg Morehouse. I'm a senior this year, and I'm studying physical education and health. I am on the women's basketball team. We won the national championship when I was a junior. It was unbelievable. The education department at Hope allowed me to realize my passion about teaching. Anytime I get to go into a classroom and work with students, I just get really excited. My goal when I graduate would be to be a middle school physical education and health teacher. Hope does an amazing job of preparing their students for what is to come in the future.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to help share Hope stories of transformational impact.
The Under 8 media timeout, otherwise known as the Vanderstoop popcorn timeout. You know, Margaret, the radio guys who are trained professionals, they say it's bad luck to eat popcorn during a broadcast.
I didn't know that.
Your mouth gets too dry, too salty. It's a high risk for coughing, and I got to say they're probably right. But I had to use my 550 on something. I mean, you can't take it home with you. It's not like you can use it at the Klets or anything.
And now you understand the orange Gatorade, Scott.
Well, there is some nutritional value in that if you're working out. So.
That's right. Outside of that, it's just...
Maybe we should ask Dan Margaret to do a dietary analysis of our food choices here. I don't think he'd be... Nice steal by Dykhouse. Back the other way. Oh! Behind the back to the... Oh! Clayton Dykhouse. Behind the back, puts it up over Duvall, and Hope leads by 14.
And that gets this crowd going, Scott, with a little behind the back and up and in.
Diavian Price has an answer back the other way, and he picks up the foul as well on Eli Schoonveld. And we do, look at this replay. We do have our replay, folks. Beautiful. That's a highlight reel play by the Zeeland native. Back the other way, Price will have a chance to cut the lead. I think it just left Eli Schoonveld scratching his head there on the foul because it was minimal contact. It resulted in a three-point play, and then an inbound pressure by the Bulldogs causes a turnover as Nocek tried to get it to Schoonveld, and it goes out of bounds. Bad passing angle there. Good play by Adrian to get the ball back.
Yeah, that's a nice little answer. That Clayton Dykhouse play was an energy play that really created a little bit of buzz here in the stadium tonight, and Adrian came down and got the and one and then a turnover. So again, hanging around. Hope just can't pull away.
Duvall leaves it back for Price. They're gonna want to capitalize on his power, and they put Schoonveld on him. Price puts it up. Good defense by Schoonveld, forces the miss, and he gets the rebound. And back the other way comes Hope. And eventually, I think time is going to become the second opponent of the Bulldogs. I mean, we still have 6.5 to go, but Hope with an offensive firepower that they've had the rest of the time, it's going to be hard. They're going to have to shut him down and get some stops. Alley-oop to Schoonveld. Puts it up and in, and he's fouled.
Beautiful.
By Schoonveld.
Wow, Michael Reitnauer just kind of backed up, and Schoonveld went up with that leaping ability, caught the ball, finished, and the foul. That's an incredible play, Scott.
And a great replay. Hey, Channing, we got Zach on a replay. Who's doing those replays? That's good. All right, Zachary, great job. So we got, who do we have on the cameras now, Channing? Do we replace Zach on the can? Schoonveld completes the three-point play, and he will come out. Wiggerink will come back in, and Hope leads by 14.
Two beautiful offensive plays by Hope the last couple of times down the court. They're up by 14, 72-58.
Bellamy working it. He leaves it for Duvall. Gets past Dykhouse, but the bounce pass is deflected. Picked off by Hope. Back the other way. Dykhouse has it stripped the other way, and it's loose, and we've got bodies on the floor, and Quillen's able to chase it down, but he can't quite get it right in front of our fairly limited Duke crew tonight, and it will be Adrian basketball.
Clayton has been super active on the defensive end today. Scott had a ton of steals and getting out into transition there. Wasn't able to finish that one, but I've just loved his game tonight with 21 points.
It's the kind of thing that just hope we've got enough gas in the tank to play 3 straight games. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Olivet, if they hang on to win that game, Coach Sam Hargraves will be going up against his alma mater, the Calvin University Knights, in the 7:30 game tomorrow. The 5:30 game will be Trine University against the winner of this one. Trine finishing second, getting the second seed and the bye.
Yeah, Hope played a pretty incredible double overtime game against Trine earlier at their place, and then here at home, lost by 12, 55-43 in the lowest scoring game.
Did we have that one or not?
We did, and
it didn't go well. I mean, he started out great, as I recall.
One of the lowest scoring games in DeVos Fieldhouse history.
Yeah.
So Trine has a great defensive team, and so if Hope hangs on and wins that, that's going to be a very good game, but not one that Hope can't win. Hope is in it against that team.
They can win it, and they're playing better than they were at that time, I think. Evan Thomas is fouled. He will go to the line. That is the 8th team foul, so this will be a 1-and-1. That foul occurred on the drive, not on the shot. ET with a 1-and-1. Back of the iron. Big rebound by Adrian. Hauling that one down is Josh Recksteiner, a sophomore from Grand Blanc. He dribbles all the way up. They get it into the hands of Bellamy, working on Quillen, left side. Nice movement. Bellamy with a fadeaway. Oh, he can't get it to go. And that ball is going to stay in the direction of Adrian. Evan Thomas pleading, saying, I don't mind that you don't call the foul on him, but you at least got to give me the ball. Such is not the case. Those are calls you don't get when you're up by 12. The Bulldogs will inbound it. Price. Back to Bellamy. Jacks a three, doesn't go. It's loose, and Marcus Orman's going to pick it up. I want to say hi to a couple folks here. Campus safety officer Henry Chen watching. He claims, Margarone, that actually I have aged well. So I'm now questioning his judgment. But Henry, boy, you don't get a better official than Henry Chen. 3 Division I Final Fours in volleyball. Is he a referee? Here's Clayton Dykehouse with another 3. That gives him 23 points. Oh, I guess they counted it as a 2. They only gave him a 2 there.
And while Henry Chen has some of the best vision I've ever seen as an official, him thinking you still has it makes me question his judgment, for sure.
Yes, indeed. That foul is going to go on Nick Seifert. Player control. It's going to go back the other way. Hope will get it. And we are close to the under 4 timeout. I'm feeling a little better here with a 14-point lead. I think Hope is starting to kind of exert its influence. And a good team effort so far. I mean, it's by no means over, but you got to feel good about just kind of the collective effort over time has created this 14-point lead.
Yeah, Evan Thomas leaves the game with 4 minutes left. Wonder if those will be his last minutes if Hope can keep it here. But we got to give a shout out to Evan Thomas, scoring 1,300 points now for his Hope career. Just the 19th member of the Flying Dutchman to do that. And Clayton Dykehouse with that last 2-point shot scored 1,000 points for his career. Just the 44th member of the Flying Dutchman to accomplish this feat. So 2 seniors getting some big things here.
That is great. Absolutely. Quillen with a long 3-pointer bounces off. Those 2 are elite players. Clayton Dykehouse with another year left. Evan Thomas on his way to Ann Arbor next year to go to Michigan Medical School. Got a chance to chat briefly with his father Joe before the game, who's a regular, sitting in about row 3 most games, as it's been great to watch Evan, and I'm sure he has, that drive from Okemos isn't too far, and he's enjoyed getting to see his son, and his future is bright, obviously, after Hope as well, and we're glad to see that a couple of the folks are going to be using their COVID year next year as well. Adrian will come to the foul line after the Hope foul. Hope leading by 14. We got the under 4 media timeout. We'll be back in just a second with more Hope basketball.
The River Place in downtown Holland redefines active senior living. A no-step floor plan is designed around your needs, so you can leave the worries of home ownership behind and enjoy a vibrant lifestyle right outside your door. Make the River Place your home. Visit resthaven.org/riverplace to reserve yours today.
Whether you're building your dream home, buying a fixer-upper, or downsizing, the process can feel overwhelming. Let the local team at Lighthouse Title help the closing process be one less worry. Just ask your real estate professional or lender to close at Lighthouse Title. To learn more about how we're involved in our 35 communities or to ask us any questions about the process, visit us online at lighthousetitle.net.
I'm starting, the number of people who are either texting me or particular staff people on our team, Margaron, who are making fun of my popcorn timeout is starting to mount. And they're coming in all ages. So I don't know. I guess I either need to stop talking about it or should have copyrighted it. I don't know.
People are curious about whether popcorn actually gives you a dry mouth, Scott.
It does, but I'm able to play through it. Plus I have my soda pop here. So, yeah. You know, most announcers might not be able to handle the stress of it, but I can do it.
Oh, wow.
It's pop. It's not soda. I'm a Midwesterner.
Hope with the turnover there by Clayton Dykehouse.
Back the other way, Price gets it in the middle to Seifert. He kicks it. He gets it back from the left side. 3 ball, no good. Long rebound by McKenzie. As we got 14-point lead, and right now, Hope will look to maybe take the air out of the ball a little bit. TJ McKenzie getting checked by Reitnauer.
Yeah, I'm not sure we're going to see Evan Thomas back in this game at this point. Hope's going to try and work the shot clock down from 30. Just get a shot late in the possession.
8 on the shot clock. Dykehouse off a high screen from Quillen. Back to Quillen. Nice strip by Price. The ball is loose. Picked up by Bellamy. Back the other way come the Bulldogs. Bellamy with a lot of length, taking advantage of it, and he gets it up under Quillen. Nice play by Kendall Bellamy. Back the other way, TJ wisely pulls it up, pulls it back. Dykehouse had him on, they had numbers, but good discipline to hold it back. 1:52 to go. Brady Swinehart will come in. And I think we want to get a few seniors in here, Margarone. That's cool.
Yeah, Harris Hawkins and Brady Swinehart, 2 incredible leaders for this team, are going to get some minutes here as Clayton Dykehouse puts 2 more in to have a game high, I believe, 25 at this point.
Wow. And he has entered an elite club of high scorers, as has Evan Thomas. There's a 30-second timeout, so we're going to get to see Brady Swinehart come into the game. And he is playing, he got to start in the last game on senior day. He's a senior guard from Ionia. And who else? We got Harris Hawkins, a senior from Lexington. Henry Clay High School, Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah, and it looks like Coach Mitch at this point is going to bring in all 5 subs and get some rest. As looks like with the 14-point lead, or 16-point lead, 78-62 at this point, Hope is going to pull away. And Scott, what do you think as we look forward to kind of the next couple days here, and with Olivet leading 71-64, what's it look like for this weekend?
Well, I would say that the offensive flow and the offensive firepower has been there, but I will say this, that as good as Adrian is, they don't play defense like Trine does. So if Hope can produce on the offensive end the way they have tonight, I like our chances. But Trine is a very well coached, disciplined team. They play old school Hoosier basketball, and they're very good on defense. So, and I think that fatigue is a factor. These are young guys with lots of energy, but playing back to back to back just doesn't happen except on snow days. So it's going to be a lot of work, and it's they're 22 hours away from having to play again.
Yeah, Trine having their winningest season in their history, actually at 22-3 this year. A great season, incredible defensive team, and incredibly well coached. So Hope definitely has their work cut out for them.
Ethan Crabtree also into the game, as is Devin Cheney. So this is senior recognition opportunity. Here's Crabtree, dribbles right, has it knocked away. Back the other way comes Adrian. This is Seifert. He's had a nice game, and he is fouled coming up the left side by Zach Hawes. He's a sophomore from Hazlitt. Went to Langsburg High School.
That's right. Coach Mitch knows that family well.
Subs for Adrian, checking in Jake Schlesinger, Seth Logan, and Reed Schilling. All into the game, getting some opportunities. And Jonathan Duvall getting some hugs from the coaching staff. He had a heroic and indefatigable night.
That's right. I'm not sure if this is Kendall Bellamy's last game, but he's got to be proud of a great career and coming out of the game and getting a good round from his team and his coach.
This is Zach Hawes. Brady Swinehart launches a 27-footer for 3, and Brady Swinehart, who had a great game against Kalamazoo as a starter, gets on the board with a triple.
Continuing where he left off with that Larry Bird type of stroke.
Here's a foul on Ethan Crabtree as he was looking to jump the pass there. Maybe something you don't want to do up by 19, so probably a good call there by the officials.
And Coach Mitch and Brady have a nice smile and hug on the sideline after that 3. I'm not sure Coach wants that shot at this point in the game, but Brady says, hey, I'm a senior.
Nick Seifert misses the first of two. We're getting lots of texts about the popcorn. Apparently, our broadcast was satisfactory, but the popcorn commentary is becoming is not going unremarked.
I'm still curious how I'm not invited to this back room smorgasbord kind of buffet.
Yeah, you got to be connected, my friend. You got to be connected. Here's a three-shotter, three-pointer by Harris Hawkins, and Harris Hawkins is on the board as a senior.
Come on now. Gotta love that for Harris Hawkins.
Their very last game at DeVos. Even if Hope advances to the NCAA tournament, it is very unlikely that they would host on the men's side. So this is the very last time that they will put on a Hope jersey, and we are winding it down, a turnover, and it will be dribbled out by Zach Hawes. Hope wins. Hope wins, and they advance tomorrow to Calvin University to take on the Trine Thunder in this MIAA semifinal. They'll have to play back-to-back-to-back to win, but they need to do that to advance to the NCAA tournament. Matt Margarone, this might be our last game. I don't know if we're going to get the call for the women's regional or not, but it's been good working with you.
It's been fun, Scott. It was a great game. Hope pulled away late at the end. Ended up having some seniors play some great minutes, and Gabe Quillen gave us a great game, but a nice way to go out for the final regular season game, unless Hope hosts one, which is unlikely at this point, but great way to end the season, winning 10 of 12, and now going into the semifinal against Trine.
So 5:30 for the women, for the men tomorrow at Calvin, 7:30 for the women right here, and it is a full weekend of basketball for both clubs. For Matt Margarone, we have been privileged to bring you these games. We want to thank Mr. Steve Secor, Mr. Channing Pearson, Valeria on the top cam, and Zach on replay and camera, as well as Stryker on the floor cam, and then Phillip filling in for Zach as we pulled Zach into replay. So thank you all. They will be joining you tomorrow. I don't know who's broadcasting. It's not us. We didn't get the call. But someday my phone might ring again. But for Matt Margarone, this is Scott Vanderstoop. Thank you for joining us. We got women's basketball tomorrow starting at 5:30, and then the Hope women play at 7:30. We appreciate your support and your viewership. You have been watching Hope Men's Basketball.
There are over 5,000 colleges and universities in the United States alone, and nearly every single one of them is named after a location or a historical figure. But along the shores of Lake Michigan, there is a school whose namesake is not a founder, not a historical figure, not a state, city, or physical landmark. It is named after an ideal, a virtue, a way of life. Its name is hope. It is so easy to get lost in what this world lacks, to become discouraged by its needs, gaps, and flaws. Can we see beyond the uncertainty and brokenness? At Hope College, we do. Not by ignoring the world as it is, but by learning and living with the belief that this is not the world as it should be, by driving to understand, to unlock clarity, to amplify truth, by leading with inspired compassion, by embodying a vision that illuminates greater opportunity for all, by serving with anchored conviction, using our collective gifts to offer this world what it needs most. Hope. Not simply hope as a desire, but hope as a way of being. Because hope has changed the way we see the world, and hope drives us to change the way the world is. Because hope shapes our calling. Because hope inspires our dreams. Because hope empowers our talents. Because hope frees us to try. Because hope transforms what we believe, transforms how we act, transforms who we are. At Hope College, we know this life-altering grace is a gift we have all been given, and it is the greatest gift we can offer the world. Hope transforms.